Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya if you're new here, and today I'm excited to bring you another episode of my coloring updates. And these videos are about showing you little tips and things that I'm doing regarding coloring. Hopefully you find it interesting, fun to watch, inspiring, and all that. So let's get into the episode. So we are going to start off the episode with Birdomania. And I had a clip of me coloring much more of this page, and unfortunately, somehow it got deleted. My daughter shares an iPad with me, and so I think she deleted some stuff back. I don't know how it works. I'm not very good with technology, but anyway. So this is the only clip that I have of this page, but I will show you my progress on this page soon. I did the sky background with watercolors, and I use a lot of different mediums here. I took out my Pip pens, and I'm doing the background there. And I also did that tree with a Pip pen. So some parts that are shaded and some are not, it's still going to look good. Even though you have straight coloring, it's going to look good when the page is finished because many of the parts are going to have shading. They're going to have gradients and contrast. So not everything has to have it. Then I am showing you this page, which I am at the end stages. The first page was the beginning stages. This is the end stage. I took out my iridescent, Sennelier iridescent metallic oil pastels. Sorry, my camera was moving there. Oil pastels. And I'm adding it with, and you can see I'm rubbing with my finger. The background underneath is a granulating watercolor by White Nights from the Earth set. And so I'm doing these oil pastels on top. I'm doing the red a little bit. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the gold. And I think it adds a really beautiful effect. I will probably raise the page in a minute to kind of look at how it's metallic. But yeah, so that's all I'm doing there. I'm just kind of finishing off the page. The background felt like it needed a little something extra. And so instead of adding pencils or another watercolor, I took out these oil pastels, and I think it's a really beautiful effect. Then you can see I did a pop of blue at the edge there, and I think that also adds a lot. It kind of brings out the blue of the flowers because some of the flowers had blue. So I only added a little bit of the blue oil pastel, but I think it really looks good. I'm going to show you in a minute how it looked. And I did end up fixing this with my trusty acrylic medium by Golden. It's called Satin Glazing Liquid. And yeah, I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is the book. I'm going to show you the pages. Birdomania by Ravina Bhaskaran, and the illustrator actually has a YouTube channel. I'm going to link it below. Go check her out. She's wonderful. And so this is the page that I was showing. This is after I did a little bit of shading. You could see on the grass and with pencils over the watercolor. I'm still not done with the page, but I like how it's coming out so far. And then the page that I finished, actually the next page is right here. So let me show you the effect of the, I don't know, you could see the metallic oil pastel on the background. Doesn't that add a nice little touch? It makes it look so artistic and painterly. Kind of brings out the colors in the actual illustration. So I will be sharing that in my completed pages, but I just want to show that to you. And I do have a flip through of this book on my channel. Ravina did send me this book. And in the flip through, in the description box, there is a link to purchase the hardcover book. So the soft cover is available on Amazon, but the hardcover is available on this website, which I will link. And it's actually very reasonable. Beautiful paper, beautiful book. So go check that out if you're interested. And I forgot to say the oil pastels that I was using are these. My beautiful viewer Gigi sent these to me from my wish list, and I love them so much. By Sennelier, that's the one. And if you're on a budget, these at the time were $13 on Amazon. They are Mangio Gallery water-soluble pearlescent oil pastels. These are not as metallic, but some of them are very nice as well, and they're a nice dupe. I don't know what the cost is now. Everything went up so much. And my viewer was telling me that now they're like $25, so I hope it's not. If it's $25, you're better off getting these if you want metallic, because these used to be $13. I don't know what happened. Or $12. It was crazy at the time when I got them. So check the price if you want a dupe. So here I have the Jungle Book, and it's a used book. You can see here that it was colored in. I wanted to show you what I'm working on. Here you can see a little bit of colored area, which I will cover up. But I wanted to show you that there was writing here. I don't know if you could see the O. You can kind of see the writing. It was colored in really bad, so I'm trying to cover it up. And what I'm using is an Ohuhu. I tried watercolor, and I said, you know what? No, I'm going to switch to something else. I'm using the Ohuhu metallic markers. I've had these for a very long time. Let me show you my box here that I have of. These are all metallic markers, and they're great for like backgrounds. They kind of feel opaque-ish in many cases. So I'm going to show you here. I just wanted to show you what I was doing. I'm covering it up. I'm going to do the whole background with this marker. I wanted to show you this like snake here. I started coloring around him, and then I thought, you know what? I don't really like snakes. So I'm going to just cover it up. See, the metallic marker just covers it up perfectly, and you know, so you could always do 2 layers too, but I don't mind it being like showing a little bit, but for the most part you won't be able to tell. So if there's elements that you don't like, you can cover them up also with like acrylic marker or metallic marker or whatever. So if you guys remember this page that I showed in my last coloring update when I was doing the rainbow, so I finished it up. I did use some Tombos just from had like a little can of Tombos, so I just used that for the rest. And now I am going with pencil, and I will show you kind of like how I just make it a little bit better with gel pens and pencils. So I'm going to speed you up for this little part, and you can see I'm just adding pencils at the bottom of each cat. Because it's behind another cat, there's going to be a shadow. So anything that's behind something is going to have a shadow. So I'm adding a little bit of shadow, like just darker colors basically on the bottom of each cat, kind of. And a little bit on the bottom of their tail. I also took gel pens and added, made the eyes a little more pronounced. The nose I colored. I took some acrylic markers and added details to the stripes. Some of the cats have like stripes and stuff. So what you're seeing there is I emptied out my darks jar. I have a jar of dark colored pencils always on my desk because I use those the most. That's what you need. You need the dark colors for your shading. So I believe I showed that many, many times, especially in my favorite art supplies videos, which I do at the end of each year. Maybe I should do a mid-year check-in. I don't know. Like a mid-year favorite supplies. So right here, I finished that. And I don't know if you could tell a big difference, but I added like acrylic markers, gel pens to the eyes, pencils. So just to make it a little bit, just to give it that finishing touch, you know. So I think I'm calling it done, and I'm loving how it came out. Let me show you what else I'm working on in here. Started, where is it? Working on this page, and I just pulled some Tombos, and I'm gonna take also some Pip pens to do the bricks. Just kind of color them randomly. Very relaxing, and that's a really easy, quick page to complete. And then I'll do this with pencil to make it like nice. And then the grout I'm gonna do with a gray acrylic marker. So I'm working on that. So I'm gonna speed you up for this part. I love the Pit pens on this paper, even a little bit more than the Tombos. And Pit pens are permanent. Once you do one layer, you can actually layer them a little bit easier, and they don't deposit as much water on the paper. So they're easier to layer than water-based markers, and they don't damage the paper as much, I noticed. So I like them for straight coloring in certain pages like Joanna Basford, Millie Murata, these kind of easy pages where you're just doing some straight coloring. Of course, you can put pencil on top, and I probably will do a little bit of pencil on top of these bricks, but I do have on my wish list the Staedtler pens of these because they're a little cheaper than the Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I do have a nice collection of the Pitt pens. I got them on eBay. So I did get a great deal for those, but I don't have all the colors, and I would like some more colors for this. Because the brush tip is so fine, it's good for certain things, you know what I mean? Certain pages where you're kind of doing more straight coloring and more straightforward kind of. It's just relaxing too. I love straight coloring. So that's another reason why I wanted to show this page, is because not everything has to be shaded with pencil. Not everything has to be, you know, so much effort put into it. You could still do straight coloring and have a nice page. Okay, so I finished all the bricks with, I took a couple of colors from the Pitt pens, different Pitt pens that I have, and some Tombos, that's all it is. And then I took a gray acrylic marker. These are some cheap ones that I got a while ago from Amazon. And so I'm doing just the grout, basically. I might go in later with a lighter, let's see, is this lighter? Yeah. And add like a little bit of here and there, some variation of color to the grout. But that's what I'm doing here, basically. It's just straight coloring. Later on, my plan is to add some oil pastel to the edges to kind of add some darkness and variation of color on top. But I just wanted to show you this stage and how fun it is to just go in and color straight coloring. Yeah, simple books are underrated. I am loving simple books right now. I don't know what it is. I'm going through a phase. Simple pages, I'm having a blast that I'm working on. But I wanted to show you what I pulled out, the Jungle Book. So I'm going to show you these kind of leaves that I based it with just like a green water-based marker here. And I'm going to show you what I am doing here is basically just doing the dark like this, the green. I'll show you one leaf. Then a little bit of a lighter green like this. Then this like pinky, like a dark pinky color. There's different pencils here, and then light pinky color. And then, so that's what I've been doing basically the entire thing, but I do it like all along. And then I take my red Jelly Roll, which I just ran out of another one. This is my third or fourth red neon Jelly Roll. That's how much I use it. And I am going, this red paint is the Finetec watercolor. But I am going, oh no, it's not Finetec, excuse me, it's this one. It's from the Artistro. I got confused because Finetec also has a red one. It's from the Artistro set, this one, that I actually got as a Happy Meal from my wonderful viewer, Precious. But I am going like this over the black lines, only on the outer part of the leaves. I hope you can kind of see it, but that's what I did here. You could see that I did it outline, and it really makes it pop. So that's what I'm doing here, and I think I'm going to do like a moon. I'm going to pencil in a moon and like stars because this is a little empty. So, and there were words here, but I covered it up with metallic marker. So that is what I am doing in here, and this is, I've had this book for quite a while. It's kind of Shutterstocky, but it's really cool. I like this one. The paper is beautiful for watercolors and for water-based markers. So yeah, these books are a very nice quality paper. It's one of the, and I got it used. I got it, I think, for like $5, but you could see, but that there are quite a bit of some, colored pages that I have to kind of cover up, but that's okay. Oh, there's this one too. Where is it? I'm gonna have to cover that up because I actually love this page, so. But I can work with it, it's all good. That's my first completed page that I did here a long time ago. But yeah, I just want to show that to you. Future editing Maya here. I wanted to show you that I did do the moon. These are stencils that I got. This one is all circles. This one has oval circles, hexagons, squares, and triangles. They're just from like the dollar store a long time ago. Maybe Daiso or one of the dollar stores. I don't even know. But I did use my jelly roll to kind of stencil in a moon. And then all I did was use 3 colors, the gold, the light lemon yellow, and like a cream. And I just kind of did like the moon. So that already you have a moon, and I'm going to add stars. So I want to show that to you, how easy it is to go on top of stuff with acrylic markers and also make use of your stencils. The next book is out of Coloring Carnival and Cuties by Emily Appleswitch. And I got this as a gift, Happy Mail. It was on my wish list from Cheryl. So this was from Cheryl. I love it, Cheryl. Thank you so much. And I have been really enjoying it lately, getting into it. So this is, the clip is out of this book. So all I'm doing here is after I had done all of the alcohol marker in my bedside, you'll see in a minute my bedside supplies. I took it to my desk, and then that's where I kind of finished off the page and, added the details, added the shading, added the gel pens. So you can see it how it looks now without much pencil shading. And then I'm going to show you in a minute how it looked after it, towards the end. So I'm using Neocolor ones, pencils, to add some color to the background, you can see, and make it look more artistic, more painterly. And, you know how I like it. That's my style. I like it to look artistic, not perfect. So I think those are polychromos pencils, yeah. And I love how polychromos pencils work on top of alcohol marker. They add it's a very fine lay down, so you can kind of layer them, and they add a subtle shading so that it's not too much. You can kind of control it. So I really like it. And they keep their point, which is also great. So yeah, I'm using both of those together, you can see on top of the alcohol marker. And hopefully you could see the difference. So the clip is, the completed page is right here, and I did add pencils. You can see here, I added a lot of pencils to the background because it was a patchy, like this alcohol marker was drying out, this red one, so I had to throw it out, but I wanted to finish the background. So I added some colors just to make it more artistic. Same with here, I used pencils and I think Neocolor 1 maybe even over here. So, and I just some pencils on top of the alcohol marker. It just makes it a little bit better. Just all you need is a tiny amount. You see here on the dress, tiny amount, and boom, it makes the page look so much better. Okay guys, so we are actually in my bedroom. And I wanted to show you something that I think a lot of you guys might enjoy and maybe can do something similar. So I recently created a caddy for myself, a bedside caddy for coloring. Okay, you could see the books are at the bottom, and I have different stuff that I don't normally use as much. For example, my gel pens that I'm trying to use up are right here. And some extra alcohol markers, doubles. These are my cheaper ones that I'm trying to use up. Just supplies that you don't use as much, that are easy to use in bed, basically. And I have been loving it. I've been doing a lot of pages. I have this thing, hold on. Let me show you. I have this like pillow thing, like you put it on a lap pillow. And it's really awesome. You can color on it. Let me get like a page that I've been working on. I've been working a lot in this book, Coloring Carnival and Cuties. You guys will see it in my completed pages, but I finish it off at my desk, but like I start a lot of them like actually on, these were all started on my bed with my just stuff from the Caddy. Finished off at my desk, but again started at the Caddy. And I have another one I think I started here in the back. Where is it? There we go, started that one too. But yeah, it's been great. Like a lot of times, you know how like you're tired, you don't want to sit at your desk or at a table, you just want to lie in bed? Well, you can actually color in bed. Simple stuff like Angela Porter books, alcohol marker, gel pen, like that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to show it to you guys and maybe it will be helpful. So I hope you could see what's in there. Just some stuff that I'm not using as much on my desk, basically. A couple of other things I wanted to show you guys is, you know how like Sarah Renee Clark has the swatch decks thing? And maybe I will get that one day, I don't know. But for now, I wanted to try like a dupe, a swatch decks dupe, kind of. So I just got these at the Dollar Tree. And it's nice because you could just, like the other, one side is lined, but the other side is just like this. And you could actually write like, you know, alcohol mark, you could, there's tabs. So this is called index card. And there's 3 like sections. So, but I flipped it over so that I could use like the, you know, the blank, the unlined section. And then I got another one. So I might put one near my bed for the stuff for at the bedside Caddy. And then one at my desk. Because my swatch system now, I have 2 of these basically. And let me show you. I put sticker. These are from Daiso. So these are the alcohol markers and other markers. These are the Artex. So alcohol markers, water-based markers. However, because they're big, it's difficult to hold it on the desk. But I already invested a lot of time in it, so I'm going to keep using it. These are, pencils. Hold on. These are pencils, all of this. Pencil swatches and stuff like that. So, but I thought I would give a try for like a smaller thing and see how it goes. Just as I go, I might swatch stuff. So I wanted to show that to you in case you want like a dupe for the swatch decks. These are really cheap and I feel like it could work pretty similar. So I want to show that to you guys. While we're on the subject of swatches, I also got this when I was at Daiso in Vegas. It's a postcard holder kind of thing. It's the same as the white swatch book that I have, but this is bigger. This is like A4. But these I've been holding my watercolor swatches in. So, and some other stuff like acrylic markers and some other stuff. And these are just note cards, like what are they called? Index cards? Index cards. I used to, my first swatch book was this one. I bought 2 of them and had it spiral bound at Staples, but this is a book that you can buy not spiral bound on, at the time at least, on Amazon. And I bought 2 of them because I wanted it to be thick because I needed more room, but I stopped using it and I kind of regret it. I think this is a little bit better because it's smaller. I didn't know when you're always trying different things to see what works for you. I like this because it's customizable. You can move things in and out and, you can change the order because there's sleeves, but it's big. And this one is smaller, and I think smaller is better for swatches because it's easier to have on your desk. So I don't know what's the best system. I'm always changing stuff, and I hate swatching. Like, I don't like swatching at all. I do refer to this sometimes because there's some swatches that you don't want to redo, like Artisan metallic gouache. These are the Stickles, Glitterific and stuff. I don't know. So I'm trying different things, guys. It's always like changing and evolving. Oh, and this is something I meant to show it since Thanksgiving, but I didn't. When I go to visit my folks in Vegas, I always take my kids to a ceramic place. Sometimes I do my own thing, but sometimes I just help them. But this time I actually did my own little, I painted my own little thing. So it was just this cute little penguin. And my kids really liked it. They said, Mom, you should show it on your channel. So I did technically color it in a way, right? It comes white, you know? Anyway, just wanted to show that to you guys. Okay, something else I wanted to show you and talk to you about is I recently saw a channel that I've been following her, but I didn't really watch many of her videos. She's a wonderful channel. I think it's called My Coloring Quest. I'm gonna link it below. She's a wonderful colorist. And I stumbled upon a video of hers where she's using these, the P.H. Martin's India inks. Now, the reason I got excited is because I've had these for a very long time. Like, some of them are separating. Look, that's how old they are. I got them, I think, maybe 10 years ago. Like, no, maybe like 9 years ago. Either when I was pregnant with my first daughter or when she was young. Look, they're separating. They're so old. Now, I do use them sometimes in the, like, mixed media. But at the time, I wanted to get back into art, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just saw these on I just saw them on Amazon and bought them. I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what India ink was, like, nothing. So I used them on some scrapbooking pages and journaling. I wanted to, like, get back into, like, doing crafty stuff. So I haven't used these in a very long time. And she was using hers in a coloring page. And it kind of leaves this interesting finish. India ink is permanent. It's not a watercolor at all. You cannot lift it once it's, you know, and you can't really go on top with pencil. It kind of leaves, it's very, it's a special finish. But anyway, I was so excited because she inspired me to take these out and play with them and do like a page with them. So she did a background with hers. And so I did that as well. So I did this one with the cats, a night sky, and then later on I'll go in and add like stars. But this was just with a brush. I didn't use an expensive brush because I didn't want to like ruin a good brush. But like I just used like a cheap brush from, I think, I don't know where I got it, but it's a cheap one. And so I did that. And then I'll show you another place where I use them. I also took out this book, The Enchanted Forest. This is a previously uncolored book. I did get it used, so I think it was like $4, but it's basically new. And I did this page right here. This book has a lot of like large backgrounds. This would be a good page to do it as well. But kind of looks like this. And it's a very interesting book. This one is also could be nice to do the background. But maybe I should flag these. See, I always need a page flag nearby. But anyway, this is the background that I did with the India inks. And I had a blast. And it did not bleed through. You can see. I kind of messed up here, but this is because I was a little careless. Here I maybe added a little water, so it kind of bled through a little, but for the most part it didn't. And just kind of like this, like that's similar to what she did. And then these leaves I will either do with pencil, like Prismacolor, or with watercolors and pencil on top. We'll see, but I just wanted to show that to you. Now the point is not to tell you to like buy these, or God forbid. The point is that we all have art supplies that we're not using. And so she inspired me. I also have a bunch of these acrylic inks that many of them my dad gave me actually. So I've been using them in books. I've been using them, and I will show that in the future. But I wanted to say that, you know, we all have art supplies that we don't use. And so let's think about, it's fun to like think of ways to use them in our coloring books. So a big thank you to My Coloring Quest for inspiring me to take out my India inks. Go check her out. Oh my God, this one's dry. Look how old that is. Go check her out. She's a wonderful colorist, and I feel like she deserves a lot more views because she's really good. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So I am in a book, Symphony of Cute Animals and I'm about to finish my filming of my completed pages for June, but I forgot to do something and I want to show you what I'm doing, so I thought I would film it. I based this with watercolor. See the green and the pink? It's based with watercolor. So what I'm doing now is going in here with some pencils and just doing a little bit more contrast. So this might not be dark enough. Hang on a second. I might need a little bit darker. Let me see here if I can find something a bit darker. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one's good. Okay. These are my Holbein pencils, by the way, which are amazing. Oh my gosh. I think this is turning out to be one of my favorite pencils for mixed media. Now, if it's just straight coloring, I would say without a base underneath, the Prismas are still a little bit better, but these are incredible. They're very different. They're not the same as Prismas at all. But, yeah, there we go. I wanted to show you just how much better it looks with the contrast, the gradient. Now you could go in, if you want to be weird, and add some neon, which I've been doing a lot lately. Oh my God, I love how that looks. Okay, so which ones did I use? I used these. And I want to make sure I keep track. Yeah, I think I used those. So I'm going to keep these to the side. See how much better that looks compared to these? Now you didn't even have to do like the 4 colors. You could just do 2 colors just to add some contrast on the bottom. And then for the red part, I just took a red pencil that I have from Daiso. It's just on my desk. And I'm just adding a little bit here to the bottom. And then if you wanted to, you could add some neon yellow here also. But doesn't that look better? So I just wanted to show that to you. This last clip is of me trying this new art product. They're water-soluble oil pastels from Prima. And because I like the Prima marketing watercolors, the Watercolor Confections they're called, I decided to try this, and I love the color palette, and it was a very good price. It was on a deal, so I ordered it, and here I'm trying them out, basically testing them out. So far, I'm loving the water solubility of all the colors. But you will see soon, some of them, if you look closely, are not dissolving with water, almost at all. So I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference. I'll try to zoom in a little bit. So the purple was good. And then they started to get bad. Yeah, like this blue one was so patchy, and it doesn't dissolve at all. And then there's this one. Yeah, this one barely moved at all. You could see. I tried it again. I was like, wait, what's going on? So there were a couple of colors. That one dissolved, but the lighter green, you're going to see in a minute, also didn't dissolve. So I think I had 4 colors overall that barely dissolved with the water. So I decided to return them. So yeah, I ended up returning these because it was through Amazon. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one also didn't dissolve. So like 4.5, 5 of the colors barely dissolved. So I was not happy with that at all. So I returned them. Just wanted to show you in case so that you don't make the same mistake and get these. And one last thing, I am sure you guys saw Shell's coloring journey. Shelly, she gave me a big shout out, and she decided to do kind of like a coloring update video as well. I love how she named it. I forgot, I think she called it Coloring Behind the Scenes. But she is a viewer of mine, and she likes the coloring updates, which is so awesome. That's another colorist that has liked it and wanted to do it. So that's a big compliment to me, Shelly. I watched the video. I loved it. You know that I love your coloring. You're amazing. So that was a big, big compliment, and I loved seeing that. So I look forward to seeing more of Shelly's videos with the coloring behind the scenes, if she decides to do more. So I just wanted to mention that because in my last coloring update, I pre-filmed, so I hadn't seen it at that time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it inspiring, interesting, and I hope you're enjoying your coloring this month, finding it fun, relaxing, because that's what it's all about. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.